Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go, this is Valley News Live at 5.
Some roads are slippery at this hour or will be soon. Let's find out who's affected and what else is in store this evening. Hutch?
Andrea, thank you so much. The heaviest of the snow over the last day and a half is taking place in northern Minnesota and northeast North Dakota. War roads covered with snow from yesterday's rounds, and in central Minnesota, reports of between 2 and 5 inches on your Tuesday. Here's a look at the setting sun at some glossy streets in Devil's Lake from our Home of Economy camera there. Snow has exited. The skies are clearing for you, but now it's moving into the Red River Valley. Oslo down to Grand Forks seeing some snow. Where you see the darker blue shades there, it's a little heavier. We do have a band extending from Crookston in Polk County all the way down through about the Hawley area, and that extends all the way to Breckenridge at this hour. We've seen a few flakes in Fargo, but our chance for any accumulation is rapidly exiting. So passing flurries here, but accumulating snow up north. As we saw, temperatures in the 20s for most, a few of us in the 30s as we head through the evening tonight. Slowly falling temperatures. We'll have winds from the south at 5 to 15 miles per hour, and our snow will continue its trek eastward, Andrea. We have a few more hiccups in the extended forecast. We'll go over that, and we'll try to look forward towards the holiday to see if we may have any snow on the ground for that jolly elf.
That's what everyone wants to know. Thanks,
Yes.
Hutch. The doors remain closed at bars and restaurants in Minnesota. The governor's 4-week dial back was set to expire in 2 days, but he's extending the closure of indoor dining through the holidays. And that's not the only change he's making. Valley News Team's Courtney Lockey's here now to break it down for us. Courtney?
Thanks, Andrea. The governor is receiving some pushback on the extended order from hospitality and local business owners who vow to open their doors regardless of the mandate. But Walz says we aren't out of the woods yet, and we need to continue taking steps we know will help bring our numbers down. While indoor dining will remain closed, Governor Walz says we have to start working on opening some other things up. Let's start with schools. Walz's plan aims to bring all elementary students back full-time starting January 18th. Youth sports and group fitness classes will start again on January 4th with new guidance. Gyms and fitness studios will open back up with 25% capacity or up to 100 people. Masks and social distancing of 12 feet will be required. Outdoor entertainment spaces will also be allowed at 25% capacity. Indoor entertainment will be closed until at least January 11th.
All of those things are to bring an end to this long, dark winter of COVID-19. And rest assured, this pandemic will end. This pandemic is starting to transfer, but there's a lot of work to be done.
Now, the legislature recently passed a new $216 million COVID-19 relief package, which includes direct aid to businesses impacted by the lockdown and an extension on unemployment insurance. Andrea?
All right. Thank you, Courtney. For a full breakdown of the governor's new order, you can download the VNL News app. You can find this story on our homepage. Meanwhile, North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum addressed the state's coronavirus response today. Governor Burgum said rapid tests, new therapeutic treatments, and vaccines will help North Dakota in the fight against COVID-19. So far, health officials in North Dakota have received roughly 7,000 doses of the Pfizer vaccine. 831 have already been administered to healthcare workers, and vaccinations in long-term care facilities are set to begin the week of December 27th. There's no word yet on who will get the vaccine next, but health officials will be discussing it on Sunday. North Dakota health leaders have already ordered 13,000 doses of Moderna's vaccine. A panel of experts is expected to vote tomorrow on whether or not to recommend it for approval. Elise Preston has the latest from New York.
Frontline workers from coast to coast continue to get their first doses of Pfizer's coronavirus vaccine.
How's that?
Didn't even feel it. A shot in the arm, top health experts say, offers relief in the battle against the virus.
We hope the overwhelming percentage of the population will accept the vaccine. If we do that, we will get a veil or an umbrella of herd immunity over the population.
Health and Human Services Secretary Alex Azar toured Georgetown University Hospital in D.C. as workers got vaccinated.
I want to be focused this week on protecting these healthcare workers.
And there is new promise for a second coronavirus vaccine. An FDA advisory panel has confirmed the safety and efficacy of one produced by Moderna, which could be approved for emergency use as early as Friday. As the rollout continues, hospitals here in the Northeast scramble to get shipments of Pfizer's coronavirus vaccine ahead of today's major winter storm. These healthcare workers at Elmhurst Hospital in New York City rolled up their sleeves and tried to build confidence in the vaccine.
You have to do your own research and everybody has to make their own decisions, but not to be afraid of the vaccine.
Despite the surge, Florida's governor is keeping restaurants open, attracting visitors.
Less restrictions, it's good. That's why we're here, to get out of the weather.
In Central and Southern California, nearly 90% of ICU beds are full. Governor Gavin Newsom is putting more mobile morgues on standby and sending another 5,000 body bags to hotspots around the state. Elise Preston, CBS News, New York.
State health officials in Alaska have confirmed that one healthcare worker suffered an allergic reaction to Pfizer's coronavirus vaccine yesterday. The drug maker says it's looking into the claim. One man is now in jail in connection with the death of 55-year-old Jeffrey Shelzitsky. Grand Forks police say they found Emmanuel Garza in Moorhead and arrested him on unrelated warrants. Grand Forks police are still actively seeking Vincent Villarreal as a person of interest. If you have any idea where he is, go ahead and contact the Grand Forks Police Department. We're learning more about last night's fatal crash at the I-29 and I-94 interchange in Fargo. Police say 47-year-old Jason Simeon of Glendon, Minnesota, died after crashing into a bridge pillar. North Dakota Highway Patrol troopers were trying to pull him over at the time of the accident. They say there was probable cause to arrest him for first-degree sexual assault. As they got close to his vehicle, they say he swerved to the right and hit a pillar on the I-94 overpass. He was the only person in the car and was pronounced dead at the scene. The sheriff's office in Hubbard County, Minnesota needs your help finding this missing Chevy Avalanche. The vehicle was involved in a theft and burglary in White Oak Township early Monday morning. It has a broken taillight from the incident. If you know where this vehicle is or who stole it, please call 218-732-3331. In Bemidji tonight, police need your help finding a missing 14-year-old girl. Authorities say Mika Needham was last seen around 8:30 last night in the 500 block of Justice Road Northwest. It appears she left the area voluntarily. She's 5 feet 8 inches tall, 150 pounds, with brown eyes and shoulder-length brown hair. She was last seen wearing jeans, a hooded sweatshirt, and clear-framed glasses. She may be in the Nymore or Red Lake areas. Anyone with information should call Bemidji Police at 218-333-9111. A Moorhead mother is warning the public about what happened to her cat after chewing on Christmas lights. The woman says the cat was electrocuted and she's in desperate need of finding money for her surgery tomorrow. Valley News Team's Callie Hubbard has her story, and we want to warn you, the images you're about to see are graphic.
We saw a big spark and our cat run into the bedroom.
Holly Cousins from Moorhead says she's had cats her whole life and never thought something like this would happen from holiday decor.
Her ears are mostly dead and they have to be removed tomorrow.
The mother says her 1-year-old kitty, Honey, was electrocuted from chewing on Christmas lights. She's now scrambling to make the funds for Thursday's surgery.
It's been really stressful trying to come up with the money and rides to get there to the vet and everything. It's hard.
She started a GoFundMe, raising over $1,300 for the tabby cat so far.
You never know what they're going to do.
Jim Gumpf, president of Gumpf Displays in Fargo, does holiday displays for people all over the valley and warns that animals can be attracted to bright lights.
Sometimes there's animals that, like a cat, sometimes would jump in a tree. They could mess around the wires. They might bite, some of them bite wires, and dogs do too. I think I'd have the tree turned off.
Cousins hoping you learn from her experience with Honey.
Try to keep your cats out of your tree. Maybe turn the lights off every once in a while when they're around it. Just make sure they're not chewing on any wires.
In Moorhead, Callie Hubbard, Valley News Live.
After doing a quick Amazon search, we found out you can buy safe cat repellent spray to keep areas pet-proof. It's about $20. If you would like to donate to Honey's surgery, you can download our VNL News app and click on this story. The Supreme Court has agreed to hear arguments on considering limits for how much a student athlete can be compensated. The NCAA appealed a lower court decision in May that loosened the compensation limits that could be given to student athletes. Education-related benefits, such as computers, musical instruments, or postgraduate scholarships, were limited by the NCAA, and a federal appeals court ruled those limits violated antitrust laws. The Supreme Court is expected to hear the case early next year, with a decision issued by early July. A nice surprise this morning for several local healthcare workers. The United Way launched its High Fives for Healthcare Heroes, asking the public to write encouraging notes and thank yous to those on the front lines of the pandemic.
This is really just a piece to help them continue to see this through and to stay as dedicated and to just know that our community cares about them.
The United Way will continue to print and deliver their high fives to local healthcare workers throughout the month of December. To find out how you can fill one out yourself, go to our VNL News app and click on this story. Some record-breaking donations arrived at just the right time, allowing Fargo Public Schools to hand out more than 200 meal baskets to students and families today. It's an annual event for the district. The baskets are full of ham, turkey or chicken, potatoes, corn, and so much more, enough to feed families during the winter break. The district says they were able to feed an additional 50 families this year, thanks to help from the community. There's a recall you need to know about involving Honda vehicles. The issues that are causing problems for drivers is next.
Today's snow showers started out west. This is a time lapse from our camera at the Home of Economy location in the Devil's Lake area as it created some slippery streets there. Temperatures were warmest to the south and west, where we saw almost 40 in Jamestown today. Yesterday's snow totals out in central Minnesota were healthy. We'll have details in your forecast of what you can expect tonight next.